Welcome everyone. We are group number 7 from the subject Commercial Law, class code MGM3143K1, and today we will be presenting the answer for question number 7 from our assignment. So everyone, my name is Muhammad Hafiz Adaha, matrix number S70080, and today I will be introducing the case and identifying the main issues that we need to discuss. So, we are focusing on the case involving Morni, a retiree, and also Daniel, a financial advisor. So, the key question we need to address is whether Morni gave her free consent when signing the investment contract with Daniel, or we must consider if Daniel used undue influence or misrepresentation to secure her agreement. So, Morni trusted Daniel, but she wanted to consult her nephew, a lawyer, before proceeding with the investment. So however, Daniel pressured her to sign immediately, claiming that it was a limited time offer. So Morni later discovered that the investment was risky and also unsuitable, which she did not fully understand when signing. So the main legal issues we will explore are: first, whether Morni's consent was freely given under Section 14 of the Contracts Act 1950, and second, whether Daniel's action constituted undue influence under the Section 16. Third, whether Daniel misrepresented the investment under Section 18, and lastly, what are the rights and also the liabilities of both parties. So next, Adam will explain the legal principles that is relevant to these issues, providing us with a framework for analyzing the case. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Adha. I'm Adam and I will now explain the legal principles that apply to this case. These principles will help us determine whether Morni's consent was freely given and if Daniel's action were unlawful. Under Section 14 of the Contract ACT 1950, consent must be free and not obtained by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, or mistake. If any of these factors are present, the consent is deemed not freely given, and the contract may be voidable under Section 19. Section 16 defines undue influence as a situation where one party dominates the will of another and takes advantage to that position to gain an unfair benefit. Section 18 covers misrepresentation, which occurs when one party makes a false statement that induces another to enter into a contract, even if there was no intention to deceive. The sections will guide us in analyzing whether Morni's consent was compromised and if Daniel's conduct was legally acceptable. Now, Luqman will apply this principle to the facts of the case and show how they relate to Morni's situation. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. My name is Luqman, and now I will apply this legal principle to the fact of the case. Morni, who is elderly and inexperienced in financial matters, trusts Daniel, the professional financial advisor. This imbalance of knowledge and experience creates a situation where Daniel had a dominant position in the relationship. Morni expressed her hesitation and wanted to consult her nephew, a lawyer, before proceeding. However, Daniel pressured her by emphasizing that the offer was time sensitive and their personal relationship should be enough to gain her trust. This pressure indicates undue influence, as defined in Section 16, because Daniel used his position to manipulate Morni into agreeing. Additionally, Daniel misrepresented the investment by assuring Morni that it was a low-risk investment with guaranteed returns. These claims were false, and they play a significant role in Morni's decision to sign the contract. This constitutes misrepresentation under Section 18, as Morni relied on this misleading statement without fully understanding the risks involved. As a result, Morni did not give her free consent, and the contract could be voidable. Now, Wani will conclude our discussion by explaining the rights and liabilities of both parties, and she will also reference relevant case law to further illustrate our point. Thank you.
Thank you, Lokman. Hello, I am Nawadania binti Jasmine, and my matric number is S68155, and I will conclude our presentation by outlining the legal consequence and rephrasing case law. Since Murni's consent was not freely given, she has the right to resign the contract under Section 19 of the Contract Act. This means she can cancel the agreement and recover any money or property transfer under it. Additionally, because Daniel's misrepresentation lead to her loss, he may be legally required to compensate her for the financial damage caused. Let's look at two relevant cases. In Datuk Jinika Singh v. Tarajana, the court held that a contract could be voided due to undue influence when one party took advantage of a position of trust. In Red Draft v. Hurt, the court ruled that even if the misrepresentation was innocent, the affected party could still void the contract because they rely on false enforcement. In conclusion, Murni has solid ground to void the contract and claim compensation. This case emphasizes the importance of ensuring that consent is generally free, especially when vulnerable individuals are involved. Thank you for your attention. That concludes our presentation.